How you doing? It's Khoa here. In this video, we're going to be reviewing the book Australian Real Estate Investing Made Simple by Konrad Bobilak. There it is. So I picked up this book, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. I saw it on Amazon. I was just doing some research and I saw this book and I thought that I never came across this Konrad guy, but it looks like it got some pretty good reviews, so I thought I would just get into it. And yeah, it's a pretty thick book, about 600 pages. Check out the size of that one. Look at that, man. Massive. And yeah, Konrad, he's an Aussie. He is based in Melbourne, and he's done very well for himself in terms of investing. And in this book, it shows you his step-by-step details on how he's able to create wealth using real estate. So I've actually got a whole ton of notes from my book, and this video will probably go to hours, right? So I'm just going to give you just the best bits and pieces from this book, and you can go check it out yourself. So just a bit of background in terms of readability. It's very easy to read. So there's some there's some keys there which wants you to focus on some key points there. There's some pretty good pictures, so you can follow along if there's some pictures. It's not like a boring book where there's no pictures and stuff. I hate those type of books, but this one is really good. It makes learning about real estate easy. So you can see there, it's pretty good. Okay, so let's get into some of the key takeaways from the book. Okay, so number one is that Konrad talks about being initially talks about the 4 property cycles. So there's the peak of the property cycle, and then obviously it declines, and then it reaches the bottom, and then there's the growth phase, which goes back up. So each state in Australia has a different property cycle. It could go for 10 years, 12 years, 7 years, we don't know, right? But there is a cycle, and they're not all the same. They're all different. So Perth could be at the top, Sydney could be at the bottom, Melbourne could be in the middle, and Queensland could be at the top. So you really got to identify where those cycles are, and you want to try and buy. Obviously, you want to buy at the bottom and then cash out at the top, right? So it's really important to understand that. And then he goes on and talks about how property prices in 2043, so right now it's 2021, in 2043 it's going to go up even more. So right now, property prices right now in Sydney, to get like a unit or a real estate property, just an average one, right? You're looking in the millions. It's like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. That's how much it is. And you might think, oh wow, that's too expensive, right? But in 2043, which is only 20 years later, it's going to be worth probably about 6.3 million. Okay, so that's like triple. That's like 6 times right now. All right, in Melbourne, it might reach 5.8 million. Right now, it's probably about worth $1 million, maybe 900, 700K, but it's going to be worth 5 million. So it's really important to look at that. Okay, that property prices are going to continue to rise. Okay, and the trends and so forth. He talks about the trends, how to pay off your home loan a lot faster. So he talks about how you can set up offset accounts, which also reduces the home loan that you have, and that will help you lower the interest rate payments as well. So that's pretty good. And then he talks about setting up a direct salary crediting. So direct salary crediting, that's all about having a direct line of credit from your salary, and it goes straight into your mortgage. So therefore it just helps with the payments, pay it down a lot faster, and you can offset some of the tax. It got really complicated there, but that's what you can do as well. You want to divert all your income to your offset account. So therefore, the more money you got in there, the lower the interest rate is going to be, and you pay it off a lot faster. On page 266, so I'm going to go 266. This was probably the most important part. This is the best part of the book that I came across, and I'm going to share it with you right now. Okay, this to me, it was worth everything. This is the gold. There's always, every time I want to read a book, I'm always looking at what's the one thing that I can take away from the book that I can apply. And this page is at page 266, 10-year fast-track retirement system, 5 properties over 10 years. So this is what really did it for me. So I'm going to show you the picture. So as you can see there, okay, so Konrad talks about this. He says if you have 5 properties in 10 years, you'll be able to retire in 10 years. So, okay, so let's say that in year 1, you buy 1 property, fantastic. Year 2, you buy another property, fantastic. Year 3, buy another property, great. Year 4 and year 5, you just take a break. But in year 6 and year 7, you buy another property and you buy another property, right? Now, those initial 3 properties that you've bought in the first 3 years, they're most likely to take off anyway. I mean, the capital is probably increased, so therefore you can use the capital there to buy your 6th and 7th property. You can sell those properties and you can probably buy the 6th and 7th property in cash, right? And then year 8 and 10, you've taken a break. So just by looking at that, think about it. If you buy one property per year, right, and then you buy another one next year, then you buy another one, and then you buy another one in 6th and 7th year, but using the capital from the initial 3, then you've got essentially maybe even 1, maybe even 2 properties paid off on the 6th or 7th year, or even the 8th year, which is really amazing. And therefore you can live off that and you've retired. So, and then you can even extend that to the next 12 years. So if you buy a property every year and then you extend it for 12 years, you can even have 3 or 4 properties and so forth. So that's pretty much what it is. And that's what I'm going to do is starting next year, I'm going to start my process of building my property portfolio. I'm going to look for properties that I can afford, and I'm going to take out an interest-only loan, and I'm going to hold on to it for many, many years. And with those capital growth, I'm going to take that capital and I'm going to buy those future properties in future, in my late 40s. And I should be able to retire. So that'd be really cool. But that was the biggest thing that I learned there. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of other things that he covers. There was another important point that you don't know where the equity is going to come from. So let's say I've got 10 properties, okay, and most of them might be just breaking even. There's nothing happening to them, but maybe 1 or 2 is going to take off. You don't know where it's going to come from. And your future properties, right, in 10 years' time is going to rely on what you buy now. That was probably the biggest thing. What you buy now is going to help you in the future, in 10 years' time. So you have to really position yourself by buying as many properties as you can, and you never know which one's going to take off, right? So that's probably the biggest thing that I learned from this book here. There's a lot of technical aspects of this book that it goes into a lot of detail, but I do highly recommend this book. It's a fantastic book for people who are beginning to invest in real estate, and for medium or even professionals as well. So and he's also got a whole bunch of videos that you can go check out as well. Just go to his website, just do a Google search and you'll find him. But I'm really happy with this book. It looks very intimidating. It's 600 pages right there. It took me a couple of weeks to go through it, but I finished it. Every morning I wake up, spend 30 minutes reading it, and then get on with my day. I just did that, and then over a couple of weeks, you finish the book and you learn a lot about real estate investing. So this is the book. Go check it out. The Australian Real Estate Investing Made Simple by Konrad Bobilak. He's got some other books. Go check them out. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you've got any other books you want me to review, check out real estate sales, let me know. I'm more than keen to check it out and post a review as well. So please subscribe to my channel. See you guys next one. Cheers.